Yay, it's working. I'm going to sort myself out and I'm going to make sure I can see the comments. And I think I can. So if you are coming to me live, you can comment. I have, I'll just turn my sound. Oh, I had my sound going there. I sorted that out. I have a fan going because it's quite warm here in Australia, so I need to keep that going. But I'm gonna kind of sort myself out. I'm not gonna have this on my face the whole time. I will go to my stitching eventually, so bear with me. At some point as well, I'm gonna be bobbinating one color because I'm about to run out, so I need to put that on my bobbin. The first thing I wanted to do is show you a couple of quick things. My new start for tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm turning 25 tomorrow on the 24th. It's very exciting, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's a woo moment or a bad moment. I'm not sure. By the way, I'm in my sitting room because out there in the lounge room, Matt, my boyfriend, is doing some gaming with his best mate. So I'm going to leave them to it for a little while and stitch with you. This is the stitch that, oh, come on. Please be nice to me. Oh, it went really big. I don't think this is going to work, is it? It's really disappointing. No, I'm seeing it in the delay. It's maybe, oh, no, you know what? I remember this. Oh, this might work. There we go. This is called A Stitch a Day Keeps Reality Away by Amy Simone Designs on Etsy. It's like $4. It's really small. I think it's about 80 by 100 stitches. You can change it to be whatever you like as well, like whatever fabric, whatever floss. I'm doing my first bit of silkness. I'm going to have a go with some silk. So I'm going to show you the fabric first, and then I'll show you the silks that I'm going to use. The fabric is behind me because I've been trying to sort myself out for tomorrow. This fabric was sent to me as a birthday present by the lovely Adele, and it is sparkly 32 count fabric flare even weave, in Provence. Sorry, we just had dinner. And this is what it looks like. It's purple and sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkly, and it kind of looks a bit purple, but it kind of looks white too. So I'm stitching it on that, and I'm using, I am using Silks for You Silks. And I'm also going to be recording an update video on Sunday. So some of this will be repeated then. It's a bit of a sneak peek. I'm going to be using these silks. That's what they look like. By the way, it's like 7:40 at night here, so I'm kind of using a bit of the last bit of natural light that's coming and my artificial light. So they don't have names. They're just from the January 2018 Silk with the Mother Club. And this one is number 5. That's very purple. And because you need 3 colors for this, I guess you could do it in 1 color, but I don't know. So that's 1. That was number 5. This is number 4. Beautiful peacock green color. They're all very much jewelry tones. And this one is number 2, and it's pink and purples together. It's very pretty. So that's going to work really well. So that is my birthday sale tomorrow for the birthday sale. And if you would like to join, it's Laura's birthday sale on Instagram. I've just got a notification, so I'm just going to check that. Cool. I'm back. Yes, so my dogs are going to bark too. I'm really sorry. Laura's birthday sale on Instagram if you would like to join in. Okay, here's the plan for tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for. I don't know how long this is going to be at all. But I do have a tag I would like to do, which is the Crafty Curator tag. A few people have been doing this lately on their Stitch With Me videos, so I thought I would do it too. Also, might do some random chatting throughout. I haven't planned any answers to this. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. So I'll show you what I'm working on. I'm going to be working on this, which is Poppies in the Wind by Peacock and Fig. It's a Q-snap piece. I'm actually going to hold it here, so it won't be over the top, but I'm going to pull my laptop down so you'll be able to see it. This is the biggest part of the design that I'm working on at the moment, and all of this is, it does have other colours in it, but the main colour I'm stitching at the moment is in here. So that's 606, and that's one that I do need to bobbinate at some point. But I've got a thread left in that, and then I will just pull it from the skein and bobbinate later, I think. And I'll go through the tag as I do that as well. So I'm going to pull this down so it's no longer my face, just my legs, my phone, and a few other things. I hope we can sort this out. Might move it a bit closer. So I'll try and stitch as well as I can so you can see it, but I'm hoping that you might watch this and focus on your own stitching as well. That's kind of what I like to do with Stitch With Me's, and I know a lot of other people do as well, just to watch them for some noise and some interesting chats. I kind of really like them because it shows a different side to some stitches. Like they almost feel like they can talk about random topics a bit more, which I really like. And I like to do that if that's something people would want to watch. Floss Slicker through and through. I should have brought my light in, but it's actually not too bad here. I should be fine. We got some new lights. Oh, it's Stitching Marie. Hello, my love. She's here. She commented. First one to comment. If you're watching and you're not commenting, that's okay. But I'd love to see you comment. Oh, I kind of should get my pattern. Hey, that might be helpful. At the moment, I just seem to be doing rows upon rows of this colour, so it's not too tricky. Yeah, this next row is just a full row, so I can go across. All right. I usually start with the loop method on these types of things. I just find it easier and a bit neater too. So I'll try and hold it here if I can. If I don't, I am very sorry. But yeah, like I said, I hope that you'll be doing some stitching while you watch. And I hope you can hear me okay. This is a new room to film in because I'm not alone this time. Okay, let's get this tag open. I am quite warm. It's very warm here today, which is a bit annoying. So I would rather it be cooler for my birthday because that's what I like. Hopefully it gets a bit colder tomorrow. Okay, Crafty Curator tag. Question 1. If you could wish for a person in history to be represented in a Mirabilia pattern, who would it be? I was thinking about this when I was watching Stitching Marie's video, and I'd like it to be one of the queens of history. And I know that obviously Mirabilia has like the seasonal queens and stuff, but I would really like a representation of like Queen Elizabeth or Queen Victoria or something. That would be pretty cool. I'm really into the royals. It's a bit weird. Well, it's not weird. It's not too weird, but it is. I don't think it's weird. It's just a bit different. But yeah, I really like the royals, and I would love to stitch some royal stuff. Like I love Ginger Gerald stitches Henry, but I would stitch I'd probably stitch a queen if I was to stitch one. I just find them really fascinating. So yeah, maybe Queen Victoria when she was younger, because I can see her being a bit of a Mirabilia. She was so sassy. And when speaking to Nora Corbett at the retreat, this is actually a really cool story. If I don't mind name dropping there. Oops, I dropped it. We were talking about how she pretty much exclusively designs women. That's her preference. And she was saying, because one of the ladies on the table, Silvana, she was stitching the Kiss, and the Kiss has obviously a male in it. And she said, I think maybe somebody asked, or she might have brought it up, that she doesn't really design males. And she was saying that, well, we see men everywhere, so why do I need to design them? Which was pretty cool. And you read, if you have the Snow Queen, which Belinda and each cross stitch has, on the back it has some really cool stuff about the Snow Queen. It's very sassy and I love it. So I'd love to see Queen Victoria as a mirror. That's where that got to if you're just recently joining. And please, you're more than welcome to say hi in the comments. I will reply. Okay. Number 2. What landmark area of the world would you have loved to see captured in a chatelaine? That's tricky. I was trying to think of somewhere in Australia because that's me. Maybe, oh, you know what would be cool? The Great Barrier Reef. I wonder how that would be done. Just some beautiful colours. It's not really it's an area, isn't it? So it's not really a landmark, but it is an area. I would love that. Just imagining all the blues and the greens and the beautiful colours of the coral. That sounds awesome. Hi, Deb. It's a fellow Australian. How is it going up there in New South Wales? I'm a couple of hours out of Melbourne, if you wanted to know. Yeah, so I think the Great Barrier Reef would be a cool idea. That would be awesome. All right, sorry, my phone locks pretty quickly, so I'm going to have to keep unlocking it every time. What are the top 3 places you want to visit that you've never been to, other than New Jersey and Maine, of course? Well, yeah, obviously. Top 3 places I'd like to visit that I haven't been to. I'd love to revisit some places I've been to as an adult. I went to the UK when I was 8 and 10, and I'd like to do it again now so I can not appreciate it more, because I did, and some of my fondest memories as a child were there. But I'd like to kind of just do it again as an adult and see what the difference is. Where would I like to go though that I haven't been? I'd like to go to Norway, and I don't just say that because Stitchy Marie is here. We had some family friends from Norway. My auntie's ex-husband knew some people from Norway, and they came out and they had beautiful stories about where they lived, and my mum actually went and stayed with them, with my auntie, so she told me some beautiful stories of Norway. So I'd love to go there. I love the cold, and I know I've never experienced cold like Norway. I live in Australia. That's never going to happen. But I do really love the cold. And Deb, I totally agree with you. It is hard to find people that are live when we're awake. So you can always count on me whenever I do a live video. And yeah, Sydney Harbour would be good too. I didn't even think of that. That would be good because it's not just the bridge and not just the Opera House, is it? There's so much there. It's beautiful there. And City Marie, yes, I would love to come to Norway. Where else? Canada would be another one. Probably because Matt would come with me because he wants to snowboard there. And I've just heard wonderful things about it. So Canada would probably be another one. And maybe Ireland as well. I've been to Wales, Scotland, and England, but I've never been to Ireland. So that would probably be my other choice. I loved the UK. I really did. I think it's because I had family and things there, so that was really nice. But yeah, I'd go to Ireland for sure. I taught an Irish boy last year. He was one of my grade 3s, and he was just so gorgeous. He was lovely. His family was amazing. They were so kind and funny. So I'd like to go and visit Ireland. Next question, unlock the phone. What is it that you love most about stitching? What would you miss most about stitching if you could no longer do it? These may or may not have the same answer. Okay, I think I have 2 different answers for this. I'm going to skip to the second bit first. So what would I miss the most? I think I would miss having a hobby, because I feel like if I stopped stitching, it would be because like I couldn't use my hands or my eyes were failing me or something like that. That would be the reason why. Because yeah, that would probably be the reasons why. And I would miss having a hobby like this. It is a type of art, I think. Like, I know they're not my designs, but choosing them, and even things like the birthday sale, how I'm changing it up to how I want it to be, that's kind of arty. So I would like to do that too. Sorry, I've just got a weird notification on Facebook. Just going to make sure it's something strange. I can't see that because of the way my windows are, so I'll have a look at it later. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I miss having that hobby because I really do. I like being able to say that I have a hobby. Because I used to kind of be like, oh, I don't really do have a hobby. Like I just go and hang out with people or play guitar and stuff. And they're cool things to do. They are cool things to do. But I do prefer this. This has been my favorite hobby I have. And Deb, you are so right. Deb says we would have too much money if we didn't cross stitch. And you're right, we would. I would be spending it on silly things rather than beautiful things. And the other question was, what do I love most about stitching? And I have to say, I love obviously the process and the finishes and things, but it's the community. And even though lately there's been some bit of a mess on Stitch Mania with some people commenting about things that probably didn't need to be commented about. I do really love the community. Like FlossTube is amazing. And the Facebook groups and Instagram people that I know are fantastic. And yeah, that would probably be what I love the most is the people. Like going to a retreat. Why would I have ever done that? I would have even known that existed unless I had this community. So I would say the people. Love people. Okay. What is the last movie that made you cry? I don't know. I don't watch movies very often. Matt really doesn't like. That's one of his things he doesn't like about me. I shouldn't say it like that. He would like it if I had seen more movies or want to watch them, but I'm just not. It's just not my thing. I mean, I can do it if I can cross stitch. Like I'm happy to watch a movie, but I don't watch them all the time. I do cry and get emotional really easily in movies, so I'm just an emotional person. So yeah, I can't really think of one right now. No, I honestly can't. I don't remember. I think I actually nearly cried in the latest Star Wars because that's me, but we went and watched it because those movies get me. They pull on my nerdy little heartstrings. So nice. Tell me a joke. I have some really corny jokes if you'll hear them. First one is, what do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Yeah, I really like that one. I say it often. Another one is, there were two muffins in an oven. One said, oh, it's a bit hot in here. The other one said, oh my God, a talking muffin. I'm going to leave it there because I might lose people subscribe to me and not subscribe because of my terrible jokes. But no, they're two of my go-tos because I just get a nice big groan from everybody, which I love. I think it's hilarious. Okay. If you could we're halfway. This is the halfway point, by the way. If you could be any animal or insect, what would you be and why? Thanks, Mary. She sent me some happy crying faces, which means I'm assuming she was laughing at my jokes. Okay. For me, I would want to be a dog because I love dogs, but it depends on my owner. If I had a really bad owner that neglected me, I wouldn't want to be a dog. But if I had an amazing owner or a good owner even, I'd love to be a dog. I just think they're hilarious. I'd love to make people laugh. Otherwise, I think I'd like to be a lion would be pretty cool. Just prowling around and stuff. Or a wolf. Big wolf. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think those are probably my answers. I don't know if I'd be an insect. Unless I was like one of those, like a pretty butterfly or something. Okay. Say something you love about two random floss tubers and why we should watch them. Don't name the person that sent you this tag. Now, Stitching Marie is where I first watched this tag. So I'm not going to talk about her. I've just finished a row, so I'm just going to quickly highlight, because this pattern with these symbols, it's hard to kind of keep my eye focused on where I'm up to. So yeah, I first watched this on Stitching Mary. So you all know how I feel about her anyway, because I talk about her 24/7. So I'm not going to say anything about her. I hope you don't mind, my dear. Who will I talk about? Okay, first one is Crafty Lisa. A lot of people watch her. Like, she's not someone no one knows. But I did talk about her at the retreat a little bit, and people were like, oh, I'm going to go watch her. She's beautiful. She's from the UK. She is a regular commenter on my videos, and I kind of fangirled a bit when she first commented, because I really like her videos. I think she's a beautiful person. She'd be the type of person that I'd want to go and stitch with. She has amazing projects. She loves big projects, so she works on a bit of full coverage and larger projects. I think she's doing Halloween Hawk on Hollow as one of them, and she has some Hades on the go. She's awesome. She's just clearly an amazing person. And she has a beautiful dog named Daisy that I want to take for my own. She's gorgeous. They both are. They're both gorgeous. So that's Crafty Lisa. Trying to think of people that aren't like the floss tubers, you know, like the big ones. I want to think of some other ones, but that's difficult. I guess I can say Belinda, can't I? She's not random, but she's one of the top ones. Like, if her video comes up, no matter where I am in my queue, like, I'll watch her. She's great. I talked about her a lot. I've talked about her a lot before. So that's another one I don't really want to go too crazy on. But she works on, I think she's at 2 projects. Like, she's got 2 whips. And to be honest, I want to get there at some point over the next couple of years, get my whips down, not counting my massive ones. They don't. That's, yeah, maybe. But I've got 3 of those. So anyway, I need to be careful where I'm going on this, because I have to miss 1 stitch, because that's just the way it is. All right, I kind of know where that is now. Belinda, 2 whips. I'd like to get there. And she has like a really good amount of progress on her projects. She's stitching Snow Queen, and she's stitching a Russian piece called My Cup of Tea, which is really, really cute. She's just a shining light in my life. She's also gorgeous, and like, that's not a reason to watch her, but she's like super pretty, and she's like super pretty in real life too. She's great, and she was a great travel buddy, which was cool. It's the last traveling with her at the retreat. So there are 2 floss tubers you can go and watch if you haven't already. And there are many more that I could talk about. I just like to kind of talk about people that aren't like, you know, the floss tubers that everyone watches. To talk about other ones. And I'm not saying no one watches them. I'm just saying it's cool to talk about them. Okay. If you found that you were suddenly unable to stitch, what would you do with your stash? I'm reading like I do in class. I'm using a lot of expression. I'm sorry if I'm treating you like 10 and 11-year-olds. Does anyone in your family know what to do with it if you couldn't advertise? Oh, if you couldn't advise them. I thought I said advertise. Oh, okay. What would you do with your stash? So if I could decide, I would divvy it up between my friends in the stitching community, because I know that they would want that. Yeah, I would just send it to them, because why? I don't really know why I would keep it. Yeah, if I couldn't use it, I would give it out. I don't think I'd even sell it. I don't know. I think I'd just give it away, unless it was like I needed money really badly, because maybe I injured myself or something and I can't stitch. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Hypothetical situations, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'd give it away. Deb, I'm exactly the same as you. I used to have 1 at a time, and now I literally have 15. Like, we're exactly the same. I'm going to have 16 tomorrow. Wait, do I have 14? I think I might have 14, and then tomorrow I'm going to have 15 because I've got my new start. But I'm hoping that's only going to take me a couple of days. It's not very big. It's really pretty. Anyway, I'm really excited for that start. So, Deb, you and me, we are kindred spirits. Anyway, oh yeah, I think I would just give it away. What would my family know what to do with it? Yes, I have crafty family. My grandma taught me how to mum taught me how to stitch. Granny taught mum, because Granny is the big stitcher in the family. So they would know exactly what to do. I would hope that they would give it to people that would actually use it and not just sell it. Maybe if they needed money, that would be okay. I hope that they wouldn't donate it to an op shop without trying other people first, including themselves. I don't know. That was a really weird sound. Oh, we've got birds on the roof. That's okay. I was really confused. Yeah, so I hope that they wouldn't just sell it. Oh, that's making noises. I hope everything's okay. All right. What? Yeah, I don't know if Matt would know what to do with it. Maybe I have to tell him. I really want to get Matt to do a video with me as well, but I don't know how he would feel about doing that. I'll do what I can, because I know there's the husband tag, but he's not my husband. I'd like to do like a pop quiz on cross stitch with him and see what he knows. That would be pretty funny. Let me know what you think. Deb, age doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. It's all about being friends. Still kindred spirits. I'm taking it. All right. Next question. I've been dawdling for too long. That was pretty boring. Sorry about that. Okay, number 10. We've got 5 more. What was your stitching like before social media became inundated with cross-stitching? Did you stitch less? Did you stitch more? Did you even have such a thing as a rotation? Okay, so I started stitching properly because my mum brought home a couple of tiny kits from the op shop, and I decided to stitch one. And then I went and bought a magazine and stitched a couple of little things from there. And then I found some other things and started stitching those. Still, it was only one at a time. I just stitched it till it was finished, including my Bluey's boots, which was a big one. And then I started to get more. Now, I was stitching before I even realised that it was starting to be popular, because cross stitch has definitely become more popular over the past years, I suppose, that I've known. Maybe I'm just out of the loop, probably out of the loop. So I searched on Instagram some tags, and I was like, oh, there's a bit of a community here. So I made a stitching Instagram, and I started to follow people, and I noticed that people would work on more than one thing at a time. I was like, oh, okay, good for them. Then I found floss tube, and I started to get heavily influenced by people, that's fine. I don't think that's an issue. I think it's just the way the world is. So then I decided to start getting some projects. I did Mania in 2017, which I started 5 projects, this being one of them. I don't actually know if I've finished any of those. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't remember what the other ones were. I think I finished at least one. But yes, I did things like that. So I don't think that, like, social media has affected my stitching in a way where I've got more projects, but I don't think of that as a bad thing. It's opened my eyes to a lot of different designers, to a lot of different fabrics. Like, I discovered hand-dyed fabric. I thought you could only stitch on whatever came in the kit or the pre-packaged stuff at Spotlight. So that was kind of how I was. What else? So variegated floss, didn't know that was a thing. Stuff like that. So it's been good. I definitely didn't have a rotation because I only stitched on one thing. I've changed my rotation many times. I'm really liking how it is at the moment. I'm stitching on this for the Winter Olympic sale today. That goes for the next 2 days. But my weekly rotation really works for me. But I do think that, like I've said before, I do think that I will eventually go down to, I want to get to 10 whips. I'd love to get to 10 whips by the end of the year. And I'm at, what did I say before? It'll be about 15. I'd love to get to 10 and then slowly work my way down from there because some of those are quite large. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop myself from starting things. Like I know I'm starting another Mirabilia in June. That's okay. It's no issue. But yeah, I would like to get down because I'd like to get lots of progress. There we go. Words. I've been teaching a week, okay? Progress in. And yeah, I'd like to get to that point. But it's going to take me a while because I've got some medium to large projects on the go. I don't know if you can see, but there's a stand just here, and that has a project on it. That is kind of full coverage, and it's small, but it is full coverage. So that's I class that as a medium to large whip. So, and that's not even in the on the cards for this year. So there's stuff like that that I want to get through. So I'm kind of, this is off topic completely, but I'm kind of thinking of not doing any sales next year. And I know it's only February. It depends what they come out with, but I would really like to free up that sale week for a whip. But it'll just depend on what they come out with. Because if they come out with something where I'm like, if they did like a royal sale, I'd be dead. I'd be like, yep, I'm doing that. And I'm kind of glad that this year I'm doing, like last year, I've got the fantasy sale that's still going, and that's like fantasy creatures. I've got the legendary creatures one, which is an alphabet, which is different. So that's out of the way. And I've got a Harry Potter one, which I probably wouldn't do another Harry Potter sale because I've done one. So they kind of take them out of the way, those themes. But yeah, I really have to like the topic for me to do it. I had that Harry Potter sale, like the cast schedule sale. I was like, yep, I'm doing that. And then I was like, I'm only going to do one. And then the legendary creatures came out and it just spoke to me. So I had to do it. So that's why I have to. A couple of comments here to catch up on. Stitching Marie says, I'm now on 19, but we'll get up to 20 again later today. But 10 whips is a sweet spot. I agree. I think 10 whips will be cool. And that's, for me, that's including my 2 Hades and my Epic Pokemon. So I'm going to have 7 other projects. But yeah, I do think 10 is a good number. Sorry, I'm just trying to finish my thread. There we go. Yeah, I'd never seen a Mirabilia before I did social media. I love them. I have a few in the pipeline, as you will know if you've seen some recent videos. But yeah, they're beautiful, and they're beautiful fabrics too. So this is me trying to sort out my thread without having it on the bobbin. Sorry, everybody. I'm kind of rambling. This is just how I am on a Friday night after a massive week at work. Yeah, so I love the hand-dyed fabrics. I really am so glad that they exist because it completely changes a project to me, and usually in a good way. Sometimes it can be a bit much, but it's usually in a good way. So we were talking about social media, weren't we? And how it's changed the stitching. I do feel like I stitch like a pretty good amount. I feel like I get a good amount of progress on each week as I stitch on something. And I do get a bit of comments saying that my needle must be on fire. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think I'm a particularly fast stitcher, especially on my Q snaps, because I don't have a stand yet, and I want to be able to stitch two-handed. On my Pokemon, I'm a bit depending on the confetti, but I'm a bit quicker because I've got the stand. I don't know. I feel like I get a fair bit of progress then. I don't think I stitch less or more. I think it's probably about the same. It's just spread over a bunch of projects. Okay, Do you find that let's try again. Do you find that cross-stitching on social media has helped you to stay focused or caused you to become distracted? If it helped you stay focused, how do you manage to stay active on social media and still be productive in your stitching? If it has distracted you from your stitching, what have you done to get back on track with your stitching but still remain active in the community? So I have a bit of an opinion on this for myself, not a controversial one or anything. Let me just highlight cliffhanger. I'm just going to highlight my row. I'm really glad that I'm stitching on this because it's such an easy piece to do while talking because it's just rows of the same colour. So I need to go up to there. Easy done. Hopefully I remember. Watch me, I'll have to frog. Okay, so do I think it's impacted on my stitching? Hang on, what was the question so I can get this answer right? Focused or caused me to become distracted? Now, as a almost 25-year-old, I'm just going to say 25 because we're pretty much there. We're like 4 hours away. I get really excited about birthdays. They're kind of underwhelming at this point in my life, but I still get excited. So let's say I'm 25. I don't think I was young enough to grow up with social media. So I didn't have a phone in primary school, which is a thing. If you're from a different country and you don't know what primary school is, that is 5 years old till about 12 years old. And that's where I teach. I teach at the higher end, so the 10s and 11s. So we didn't really have phones in primary school. And if you did, it was kind of like, why? Why do you have that? It wasn't a cool thing. Then it got to high school and phones started to become more popular. I think I got a phone either in year 7 or year 8, and it wasn't an iPhone, obviously. It was a tiny little flip phone. It was really funny. It was so small. And it was just for texting. And we were kind of like, oh, why would we text heaps? Like, blah, blah, blah. And then it got to the MySpace era, which was still on desktop. Like, you didn't use your phone for that. And I would have been year 9-ish, emo phase. And then Facebook happened, and then it kind of went on from there when I was getting into uni. So I didn't really grow up with social media that much, but I grew up with computers and stuff. Like, I'm pretty good on a computer and everything. So I got up to that point. So because I've kind of grown up with technology and I've grown up with, in my early 20s, I can say that now because I'm mid-20s. In my early 20s, that's really depressing. That was when social media really started to happen. And I was able to kind of work myself out there. I feel like I can cope with it pretty well. Now, as somebody that does have anxiety, I have to be really careful about reading into things too much or seeing things at face value as well, like seeing people's perfect lives on Instagram and going, okay, hang on, that's not their life all the time, if that makes sense. So I do have to be careful with that, even though I think I'm getting better at it, but when I was younger, it was really hard for me. If you don't remember MySpace or you never were on it, there was a thing called your top friends, and you could put people like your top 8 or your top 4. People did top 16. That was a real thing for me. Like, we joked about it, like, oh, why aren't I in your top friends? But for me, it was kind of like, what have I done wrong? Very anxiety, a lot of anxiety as a child and a teenager, and I didn't know that I had that until I was, in my early 20s, and everything kind of made sense. That got deep. So what I'm trying to say is that because I, at the start of uni and the end of high school, I was on social media so much anyway, I don't feel like it has distracted me from stitching. If anything, it's helped. It's helped with getting ideas for a rotation. It's helped with finding new people. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. So I don't think it's a distraction. And I find that I don't feel like I'm as involved in the community as I could be. I just find it really hard with work, trying to catch up on everything a lot. Like, I'm pretty well caught up in my floss tube videos, which is actually a bit of a miracle. I wasn't expecting to do that, but being able to watch them quicker on the 1.5 speed has really helped. I'm actually catching up on other people's old videos now, which is pretty cool. So I find it really hard with work to be on Facebook and things all the time, or Instagram all the time to catch up with that. So I feel like I could have made more stitchy friends if I was on there more often. And even just feeling comfortable to reach out to people is tricky for me. I've done it before to some people and I haven't got a response. Not really haven't got a response, but I haven't got a really great, not a great, I don't want to make it sound bad, but I haven't got the best response that I was hoping for, I guess. So I'm not saying anyone's name or anything, but like I've reached out to people and tried to, connect, and it hasn't really, it's kind of fizzled. And that's a hard thing for me to do anyway. So when it doesn't work, it's really hard for me to try with other people. And I'm lucky that I have with certain people like Stitching Marie that's right here, or Adele and I kind of got matched, which was a bit cute. Adele or Belinda and stuff. Like I'm quite lucky there, but other people, I feel like I could have been better friends with them if I tried harder. I don't know. But then again, it's like I have a life outside of stitching as well, which is, it's hard to kind of balance everything, I guess. But that's when it comes to friends. But, oh, I almost had to frog. Glad I looked. Yeah. I hope that made sense kind of where I was going with that. So I can manage the social media and stuff quite well. But I guess the friendship side of things, like reaching out to people and stuff, due to anxiety and stuff and having setbacks, like I've tried to explain, that's difficult for me. But in terms of motivation or anything like that for stitching, it helps. Like if I get into a bit of a mood, sometimes I get into a mood of like, oh, I just don't want to stitch. I don't want to stitch on that. I don't want to stitch on anything. I don't want to do anything. I get really grumpy with myself. I will try and either go on Instagram or I'll watch a floss tube video, and it just kind of pumps me up. The best person for me to do that with is Jessie Marie. I love that woman, and she doesn't even know who I am. I love her so much. And I mean, she follows me on Instagram and like stuff, but does she know who I am? I don't know. Sometimes we just like things on Instagram because they're pretty, like you don't really look at who it is. I've done that before. That's horrible. I'm sure she doesn't do that. But yeah, she's the best to watch or look at her progress on Instagram, and you just go, yes, I want to stitch now. You're stitching beautiful things. I want to stitch that. I want to stitch my own things and get things finished. And I love it when she does plans videos. They're my favorite things. I commented on her Winter Olympics vlog. I was like, I love these videos. I love these. I love her vlogs. She just does them so well. She doesn't repeat herself. Like sometimes I watch people's vlogs and like they'll talk about what they're stitching and then they'll go and stitch and they'll come back. And for them, it might have been a whole day. But for us, it's only been a millisecond. And they repeat everything they've said. And I get that like it's been a day or whatever, that's fine. But she just does it really well. She kind of just picks up where she left off, even if it's the next day. She just does it so well. And yeah, she's one that really helps to motivate me when I'm being a bit of a negative Nancy. To be honest, a negative Nancy. All right. Let's move on because that kind of was a bit of a mess. Stitching Marie says, it is hard to keep up on social media, so I mostly only post on Instagram or else it gets too much. And of course, floss tube. I agree. I sometimes post on Facebook, like I posted tonight on the Friday Off the Grid group because it's Friday here and I'm partying and I'm doing a stitch with me. It's kind of turning into a, I don't know, venting fest. I don't even know how long I've been doing this for. I wish it would tell me. Maybe it does. I just can't see. Nope. So if you know, write it in the comments. I don't really post a Stitch Mania unless I've kind of had a finish or sometimes a page finish. And the only other group I really post in is my group on Facebook, which is Pokemon Cross Stitches, if you'd like to join. That was weird. Yeah, I post on that a bit. So Facebook is, yeah, and I don't post to my personal Facebook about my stitching much unless it's like a really big finish that I'm really proud of. Like I don't post every single little thing that I do on there. That's just my choice though. Oh, that was a long one. I have this question 12, we've got 3 left. I have a t-shirt that says cross-stitching saved my life once. Tell us about a time when cross-stitching saved your life or someone else's. I kind of had the same reaction as Stitching Mary for this one. I don't think it's saved my life, but it has certainly helped prevent me from getting to a bad place, I suppose. I don't want to harp on about it, but this anxiety stuff is like a big thing in my life. So, and I don't like to make it a big thing because that's just encouraging it. I like to say it because it's kind of like I'm trying to keep it as separate from me as possible. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But it does help with that. So I can get I get panic attacks about getting panic attacks, which sounds so stupid, but it's like a phobia thing, I guess. I've been and seen people about it, so no stress there. But it really helps calm me down, especially after a massive day at work. So being a teacher is like and you probably all know this, a lot of people on foster have kids, they get it. But it's a really stressful job. It's not an easy job and you can't do it unless you love it. Because why would you put yourself through that just for some holidays? Just putting it out there. It's not the type of job to go into for the holidays. And certainly not for the money. Not that I'm not complaining about my pay packet. It's not terrible. Definitely not terrible. Anyway, it's a stressful job. So when I come home and if I do some work, I try not to do too much work after I come home because I'm usually at work before 8 o'clock doing stuff. So I try to leave around 4:30, 5 o'clock and then come home and I'm home. I do what I can though, but sometimes it's just busy. Like I really should have brought stuff home this weekend, but it's my birthday weekend. I don't really want to. I am going to do some stuff on Sunday though. So it's stressful. And so when I come home and I sit down and I just get my hour of stitching in, sometimes that's all I get. It's really good. It's a really nice feeling and it really calms me down because it's the type of job where I can think about it over and over again about I've got 23 kids in my class. I love them to pieces. I worry about them. I really do care about them. And so I do think about them a lot. This is getting really rambly again. I apologize if this is really boring. It's a live video, so I can't stop it. So it really calms me down and stops me from getting to a bad place because there was a time last year where I was not sleeping because of my job. Like I was only getting about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night when I take into account like all the waking up and stuff. And at that point, I really wasn't stitching because I was so stressed. And I was working heaps and because I wasn't getting any sleep, I would get as much as I could in the morning. So I was getting to work later than I do now. So I had to stay later and bring stuff home. So it calms me down. And I actually think about stitching before I sleep now. If I start thinking about work, I try and stop myself and think about some plans for the next coming month or what my next video is going to be or who do I want to watch or what do I want to do next. So it's nice. It really does help me that way. I don't think it's necessarily saved my life like that, but it's definitely helped stopping me getting to a bad place. So that's nice. Thanks, stitching. Okay, that's another row finished. I'm just going to mark that off. That is right here in front of my face. I'm really excited because I'm going to stitch all night to my birthday, till midnight. Maybe I'll get my present from Matt then. Deb, I know it's hard to grasp how much teachers work unless you are related to one, you marry one, you're a part of one like Matt is, or you are one. It is really difficult to know how much we do. But you know what? And I'm sure your daughter's the same. Like she loves her job and she probably loves her kids too. So gotta be made for it. And thanks. Happy birthday. That's so nice. We're going out for dinner tomorrow night, and I've told Matt that I don't want a cake. I want to go to a place called Cold Rock. Deb, I'm pretty sure you would have heard of this in Australia. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I'm sure you have something really similar overseas. It is an ice cream place where they have like a cold slab. I don't know what it's made out of. It's hard. And you choose your ice cream or ice creams. They mush it down. You choose some mix-ins. Fuzzy Fish Cross Stitcher, happy birthday. I'm a math science teacher without a contract for this term so far. Oh my goodness, you poor thing. Without any relief days yet. Oh. I'm guessing that's high school. Do you want to just confirm that? I don't know. I'm not a high school person. I couldn't do it. Take my hat off to you if you are, because I couldn't do teenagers. Yeah, so it's Cold Rock, ice cream down, mix in. So I usually get some kind of ice cream. I don't usually go for a sorbet. I usually get an ice cream. Sorry, I'm using my hands. And I usually get some Nutella mixed in. I get some cookie dough and fruit tingles. And if you don't know, fruit tingles are like a hard, busy lolly. They're amazing. And I want that because we never get it anymore. So that's my cake. I'm going to get some ice cream. Oh, year 8 to 12. Oh. I'm imagining myself in year 9 and I just hate it. So no, I take my hat off to you. I couldn't do it. It's just not my thing. But then I say that to high school teachers, and some high school teachers say that they couldn't teach kids, so like younger kids. So who knows? Deb says a really funny thing. She says, "It has saved my husband's life. Easier and less dangerous to stab material than your husband." Look, you're not wrong. It's probably saved Matt's life a few times. And yes, Cold Rock is awesome. So I can't wait to go tomorrow. I might take a photo and stick it up on Instagram. Let's say I eat it too quick. I have a habit of saying, I'll take a photo, and then I just eat it. So yeah. Was I at a question? Oh, the saving my life one. And we got to Cold Rock. Of course we did. Okay. This is the second last question, but who knows how long this is going to take me. Lucy Fish Cross Stitcher says, yeah, we start high school in year 8 in South Australia. Fair enough. Had a hard year 9 class last year. I'm not surprised. Year 9's the worst. A school around here that I used to go to actually was a year 9 campus just to ship them off to another place. I don't have the patience for primary kids. Yeah, I don't mind my year level of kids because they're kind of getting a bit more independent. But I get it for like the preps and stuff, like the younger kids. Yeah. Okay, I did have a question. I'm also getting some notifications on Facebook that I'm just checking because it's unusual. Maybe because I posted about what I'm doing. I don't know. Anyway, where did this question go? Question 13. If you were to look at your stash and the types of patterns that you have collected, what would they say about you? Are you dark and dramatic? Are you warm, cuddly and cute? Are you whimsical and magical? Are you primitive with a love for old-fashioned patterns from the days of old? Are you colourful and adventurous and not easily defined? Well, I'm a big old mix. If you have seen my stash parade that I did actually last month, I think it was, or sometime around then, I have a bit of everything. So I have like your realistic ones, like realistic full coverage. I've got Soda Stitch, which is very much cuddly and cute. I've got some Plum Street. I've got Mirabilias. What else have I got in there? What's another big one? I guess the Mirabilias is probably that. I've got like graphic ones, not as in like terrifying, but like graphic text. Yeah, I've got a bit of everything. Even the whips that I'm working on now. Like I'm working on this, which is very realistic kind of flower looking. I've got my Harry Potter cells, so that's pop culture. I've got legendary creatures, which is like history. I've got kings and queens, which is history. But they're cute because it's Clouds Factory. What's another whip? I've got epic Pokemon, so some more pop culture. Very colourful. So I've got a bit of everything. So I don't think I'm one thing. I guess I'm not easily defined. I'm unique. My boyfriend and I, we have this running joke, and I think a lot of people do, about those people that are like, you don't know me or my story, or they say, if you can't take me at my worst, you can't have me at my best, and stuff like that. It just makes us laugh. So that's why I said that. Sorry if that was offending anybody, but anyway. So I have a lot of things, and I love having different things to work on. Like, to be honest, this is probably my least favorite whip at the moment. And it's not because it's bad. I really like it, but it's just not my favorite because of its style. I think if I was to choose again, I would have chosen a different veteran's whip, but I'm going to go with it because I'm probably over halfway done, because this is the biggest section, this big pedal flower thing. But I love them all. I love all my whips. There's none where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to work on it. Like, this one is like, oh, I would work on something else, but this is okay. I can work on this. Like, I just get over it. But yeah, I do. I really love all my whips. And I can't wait to get to them. That's the thing that sucks about the only thing that sucks about my rotation, because I want to whip down. I'm like, this is my focus on a finish at the moment. I want to finish this next, apart from my birthday sale one. So I'm focusing on my 2 cells, epic Pokemon, and this. They're the 4 things I'm working on. But I have 10 other things I could be working on as well that I want to get to. So that's hard. That's really difficult. But no, I don't think I have a style of whip. I think I just have lots of different ones. And I love that. And I love when people are really generous and send me or recommend things to me or send me something. Because anything you send me, I'm probably going to like. There are some things I don't like. Like, I don't like, obviously, I'm not a massively religious person. Like, I think I'm slightly spiritual, but I don't think I'm like super religious. So if you sent me a pattern that was biblically based, I don't know how I would go about stitching that, and that's just me. I haven't stitched on anything prim yet, but I really want to. All of the so Benny Stitchy Michelle and Little Snips and things, they're doing the magazine giveaways, and Benny Stitchy obviously did it first. And anytime there's something that's a little bit primitive comes up, I go for it, because I figure if I'm getting it as a giveaway, I'm not paying for it, so it's like I can try it and see what happens. I haven't won anything yet, but I'll get there one day, maybe. Probably not. I'm not very good at winning giveaways. But yeah. So yeah, I think I'm a bit of everything, and I love that. I love it. I just want to get to all my whips, but I need to whip down, and I also really want finishes, because I just want some more finishes. Having many whips allows us to match our moods. So true. That's so true. Yeah, I love this woman. We're getting along. I totally agree. Sometimes I just really want to stitch on full coverage. I see people stitching on full coverages like Crafty Lisa, and I'm like, yep, I'm going to pull out every Pokemon and get some work done on that one. But then I see people doing little things. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get out a small piece and work on that. I'm a little bit, it's a little bit hard now because I'm like sticking to my rotation so I can get these finishes. But I just find that if I saw this and was like physically like, I'm not picking it up, I'm not stitching tonight, I would switch it out to something else that I wanted to stitch. I've done that with Kings and Queens before, the Clouds Factory one I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know. Flizzy, a fish, cross stitcher. I love full coverages. Elsa is my main focus currently. Yes, I love a good full coverage. I hate how long they take, but I do love them. Though I do like the process of them. They are, it's just great seeing them form, isn't it? I just love that about all cross stitches. Like, oh, sorry. I was actually going to ask what's your name, so I can just say it. I'm so sorry. I'm a tired, almost 25-year-old. Sorry, Felicity. Now I know, and I will always use it. I do see you on Instagram and stuff as well, so I should know that. I do apologize. Stitching Maria says mood stitching is therapy. I totally agree. Totally agree. I love full coverages. I love seeing them form. But I feel like that about all cross stitches too, but full coverages is something very special about them. Seeing them come together. I don't know. That's why I really like stitching them the way that I am at the moment, which is the diagonal blocks. Not the diagonals, but the actual diagonal 10 by 10 blocks, because of the way that they appear. I don't know. I just really like that. So that answers that question. Again, really long-winded. This second half of this, I'm just going for it. Okay, last question, but I'm sure it's not the end. Don't worry. Name something that was the telltale sign that you were addicted to cross-stitch without hope of redemption. What was your aha moment? I don't think there was a particular sign or moment. I think it was a growing obsession that was very difficult to stop. Once, okay, so, sorry, my dog. She's a mess. And Matt's yelling at her, so that's why. I had this container, this green container. I think it's actually in the shed now with Matt's stuff. I was like, all right, this is a good size. I'm going to put all my things in there, get them out of the way. I'm going to tuck them into a corner. That's going to be my stitching stash. Yeah, I think it was about maybe a month before I had to move it into a cupboard. I think that, and I think when Matt actually noticed that it was like becoming a thing, I think that was probably my telltale sign, because for me it was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just growing my hobby, blah blah blah. And when he was like, do we need to spend more money on patterns? That was when it was kind of like, okay, I'm obsessed, and that's fine, and I don't care. He honestly doesn't care. He's not the type of person to stop me from doing what I love. He's very supportive like that. Though he does often say, you could stitch me this or you could stitch me that. And I really do appreciate it. But then he's also telling me to whip down. So it's like, do you want me to stitch you something? Or do you want me to finish things? What would you rather? So I think that was probably the telltale sign when he was like, okay, there's a thing happening right now. And he was right, there is a thing. And I don't really see it stopping for many years to come. I do wonder what it's going to be like if we have babies and stitching. It's probably going to be rarely there. I will try my best. Sorry, because I keep doing this because it's just more comfortable. But that's probably right. Okay, they were the questions. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. Just want to check. Just this group. So I was just seeing if there was something else. No. Okay. All right. I'm going to finish this thread and then I will stop the video, the live video, and upload it. It uploads itself, which is what I love. Really swore. That's what I love about the live with me videos. I don't have to do any editing. I don't have to press upload. I don't have to sit here and wait. It just does it itself. So that's great. So for the people watching live, I'm going to be doing a update video on Sunday. I'm yet to decide whether to do that one live or to do it filmed and edited and uploaded. There's a bit to it. I think I've got a fair bit to show. I've stitched on quite a number of whips this month because of the Winter Olympics sale challenge thing with Stitch Mania. I brought out a lot of whips. I had whips from the end of January because I actually uploaded my last update video on the 20th of January, around then. So I've still had a week and a bit from there to do stuff. So I've got a fair bit that I need to show you. I've actually got a bit of haul too, and I'm expecting more tomorrow. This is my birthday. So there'll be a bit there. So I don't know whether to do it live or not. Because I do like being able to insert pictures and things of where I last was. But because the last update video I had was live, I don't have those pictures. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'll decide on Sunday. I don't know what time it would be because today's Friday and people waking up at this time. overseas are probably going to work and stuff. It's a bit hard for obviously them to watch live. But if I did it at this time on Sunday, people would be, but I wouldn't want to do it at night time. I don't know. I'll probably end up recording it, but if anybody who watches this before that video is uploaded, if you really, really, really want me to do a live video, let me know. Because I really do like having that interaction in the comments straight away. It's nice to see people react to what I'm saying immediately. And luckily, it hasn't been shut up yet. Because I would be sad. But that's okay. Yeah, Felicity, I was thinking of doing the screenshots as well, or taking them from Instagram. I have those too. I don't know. I'll probably just decide tomorrow, but yeah, sorry, Sunday. But yeah, if you really, really, really want a live video, please just leave it in the comments if it's before Sunday. Otherwise, you'll find out. Just go to the next video. I'm excited to have done a stitch with me again because I really do like doing it. Being able to do a video at the same time as getting progress is pretty cool. And I actually have got a bit of progress done because this has been one colour the whole time. Very exciting. Hopefully, if I get a stand for my birthday, which I think I'm getting, I don't know. I'd asked for it from my family. I don't know if they've gone ahead and done it. I'm going to try and work out a way to get my camera so it's like that. So you'll actually be able to see what I'm stitching because I'll have my two hands stitching away. So hopefully I can do that. Anywho, I'm just going to cut off this thread. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I can show you where I'm at. So while I've been with you, I have stitched from just above that blank, the row above that blank, stitch in those rows, and it goes over to here. So a fair bit done. That is a lighter colour than what you can see here. So eventually that will be a flower. And in here, it's starting to be like the black of the poppy in there. So after I get the reds done, I'll do that. And then down here, somewhere in here, there's like the stem as well. So that is where I'm up to on Poppies in the Wind. I'm going to keep going tonight. Hopefully get a fair bit more done with that colour to bring it down. It is also, a lot of it is in here too. So a lot of it is that colour. So hopefully I can do some more. If you wanted to know, I'm doing this 2/2. I'm going to bring it back up to my face. Hello. Oh, I've wiped my eye. Oh my goodness. This is very silly. As you can see, it is a bit darker. Thank you, Deb. I will have an awesome day. I'm going to love the cold rock. I'm probably going to have a parma too because that's what you get at an Aussie pub. It's a parma or a burger. Oh, if there's a burger, I'll have a burger. Okay, thank you very much for watching my stitch with me. And if you are watching this live, thank you for joining me live. I love it. Love the comments. If you ever want to know when I'm going live, I do it on my Instagram. I do a quick little poll to see if anyone's going to watch. If I get more than one yes, I usually do it. And then I will do another update saying I'm about to go live. So that's just on my story. It's not an actual upload on my Instagram. It's on my story itself. Yeah, so if you want to know, that's when I do it. If you're watching this not live, thank you for watching anyway. I don't know how long this is, but I'll find out soon. But thank you for sticking through me through that tag. I opened up a bit with some deeper stuff, and I hope that's okay with everybody. So anyway, I will see you in 2 days as an official 25-year-old with my update video, and I'm very, very, very excited to show you. I've got some framing done. One of them was a fail, but 2 of them were great. So I will show you very soon on Sunday in about 48 hours. Thank you for everything that this community does. Even though sometimes it's negative times, it's always positive times too. See you on Sunday. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Bye.